Hello, it's Michelle Morand here. Today we're going to talk about the most important piece of the core foundation that's going to build everything else out for the rest of your life. It's pretty important stuff and pretty exciting stuff. One of my favorite pieces of work to do with my clients for many decades now is what we're about to step into today and over the next few days. So bear with me as I get super excited here for you, as this is going to change your life. So, what I want to talk with you about today is your values and principles. And that might sound like a heavy, boring topic, or it might sound like it's got some sort of spiritual or religious connotation. It doesn't, and it isn't. It's going to enlighten you significantly and make every piece of your life so much easier moving forward. So, if we think about what our core values and principles are, really they are the concepts, the beliefs that we think make a person a good person, that we do or that we think we should do, that would indicate some kind of decency and maturity or wisdom. And again, just really the things that make a person a good person in our definition. Now, everybody's going to have a slightly different list. Probably everybody, certainly you, I'm sure, would agree that honesty would be a good value to have. Trustworthiness, responsibility, reliability, those would be values that almost certainly would be near the top of your list if you stop to think about it. But you see, that's kind of the secret here, is that most of us have not actually taken the time to stop and reflect on what our values and principles for life are. Um, we know what the concept means, kind of. We have a sense that it's important. But if I were to ask you right now to tell me what your top five core values are, might be a little bit hard to do with confidence. So, why that's important is because your core values and the principles that you deem to be important and again make a person a good person, um, they really are your foundation for figuring out whether something is right for you or not, whether to engage in something or agree with something. Kind of really what you think about something is largely rooted in that fundamental foundation of those core values and principles. So when you're not clear, when you can't tell me what your core values and principles are, what that means is that as things come at you through your daily life, as and life throws us a lot of curveballs, a lot of unexpected things. It can even be that phone call that I'm seeing in my call display just as I'm sitting down to get to that piece of work. How do you decide what is most important? How do you decide what takes precedence? There's lots of guidance out there that says, oh, just do what feels best, or just pick something. It's better to do something. I don't necessarily subscribe to that as my foundation. Those are great once I've got the foundation to then think about what allows me to feel the most peace or the most openness, and what consequences might there be to this action. Are they equal? And therefore it really doesn't matter which one I choose. That's fine thinking once you know what your core foundation is. But if you don't know what your core foundation is and you're just kind of going with whatever's coming at you or whomever is coming at you and who's got the most urgency or the most excitement attached to them, that is going to leave you feeling insecure. It's going to leave you feeling vulnerable. It's going to leave you feeling more exhausted or drained or fatigued from having to deal with other people and social situations than you need to be feeling, because you don't have this nice sense of confidence. The fingers are showing the foundation, this nice solid foundation for making decisions and for trusting that there's a reason that you're doing what you're doing. You could, if somebody were to say, why did you do that? You would be able to tell them, well, because based on this value and these things, this is the right decision for me based on the information I had at the time. When we don't have this foundation and we can't kind of work back from a decision to show how we made that decision, we won't have confidence that we've made a good decision. And then when people question us, we start to question ourselves. That again creates anxiety, insecurity, raises that cortisol, lowers that dopamine and oxytocin, and makes you start to think about Dairy Queen or some reasonable facsimile. And that's what we're here to fix. So we're going to have um, well, I've said it already, but I'm kind of excited for you. Lots of fun this week because we're going to be learning about this core foundation for how to figure out what your core values and principles are, what the key areas of your life that you want to put the priority on, and what it is that you need in any given moment in time, how to communicate those needs to the key people in your life or anyone involved in any particular circumstance in a way that you know was respectful and gave them the information they needed, so that you can tell that you've done a good job with the 50% that you have control over in any relationship. And that is how we sidestep the codependent stuff and all the insecurity and all the problems that flow from that. And it's how we get through our day feeling like we've got nice, healthy, happy feelings and minimal stress. So your exercise for today is to go online, go visit your search engine and just type in values and principles lists. You're going to see so many options. This is not a new topic. It's well worn. And maybe you've even got lists from the past, but I would encourage you to start fresh today. So you're going to Google values and principles lists, and then you're just going to pick any one that appeals to you because they are all essentially the same. If you want to test that, open 5 and look at them. There will be very little difference. So just pick whichever one you're drawn to and read through the list. It could be fairly long, but just have a look through the list and just make a note of any words that really stand out to you. I appreciate that every word is going to resonate with you to some extent. There's going to be a part of you that says, oh yeah, that's important. Oh yeah, I get how that could be important. I know that your list could be 100 things long. It doesn't need to be though. I want you to just read through and pick out the things that really resonate with you. Remember, progress over perfection. You're not going to suffer if you don't get this perfect. The ones that resonate most to you. You might end up with 5 on your list. You might end up with 25. There's no right or wrong here, okay? But that's what I want you to do today, is just go through the internet, pick one of those lists, just one, and pick out your short list, your own personal list of values and principles. The things that you would say make a person a good person, the behaviors and thoughts that you want to live by and that make you really trust and respect someone when you see them embodying those concepts. So tomorrow I'm going to show you what to do with that list to start making it actionable in your daily life. Today I just want you to make your list and then go and have some fun and enjoy whatever's left from Christmas dinner. See ya.